Spotify presents the ESPN Cricinfo playlist of the day. The Chennai Super Kings travel to Jaipur to take on Rajasthan. So let's see the top 5 players that feature on our playlist. We have Imran Tahir, Ravindra Jadeja, Shreyas Gopal, Jofra Archer, and Captain Cool himself, MS Dhoni. Because let's be honest, whose playlist would he not make? I'm Alexis Nunes, and joining me are two very special gentlemen, Sean Tate and Deepdas Gupta. So let's get right to it first and talk about the first man, Imran Tahir. But we're looking at him up against Jos Buttler. There you see in 63 balls, he's conceded 80 runs, but he's taken his wicket 3 times. So gentlemen, how do you see this battle going tomorrow?
I mean, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
But if you have to pick any chink in his armor, would be against leg spin. If you see his numbers against leg spin, would be comparatively less to the other varieties of bowlers. But yeah, and Imran Tahir is special. He's not any other leg spinner. And what I really like about him is he's actually it's infectious, the energy, the enthusiasm. I mean, we tend to forget he's almost 40 now, but that enthusiasm is so infectious. It's brilliant to see, actually.
He's got more energy than I do.
I'm not sure about that.
At least when he's grabbing those wickets, that's for sure. All right, let's move on to the next man on our playlist, and it is none other than Ravindra Jadeja. We are looking at him up against Steve Smith, the Aussie. So in 60 balls, he's conceded 54 runs, but he's taken his wicket 5 times, so he's a bit of a thorn in his side. So guys, how do you see them battling it out tomorrow?
Yeah, he's got the wood over him there. I mean, I think it'd be interesting to see what Dhoni does when Steve comes out of bat. And I think the big thing there is Steve Smith is, okay, he got 70 last game, but we know it's not the same Steve Smith right now that we're used to seeing. So, I mean, a guy like Jadeja can capitalise on that even more so. So that's going to be a great contest. But in saying that, maybe the last innings from Steve was almost a bit like KL Rahul, sort of taking a bit of time to get into it, but now he's got a decent score. He might get going now. So, interesting matchup there.
All right, next man that features on our list is Shreyas Gopal. He's going to be popping up in just a bit. Now, we're just looking at him so far in the Indian T20 League this season. 5 matches, 8 wickets, an average of 12.8, economy of 6.4. So, guys, how do you see him faring with the opposition in this matchup?
Well, he's bowled really well. There's no two ways about it. He's bowled very well, especially in the middle overs. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of surface is there for this game, because the last game that they played at Savai Man Singh in Jaipur had a lot of help for the spinners, which generally is not the case. So it's going to be interesting what kind of surface is there for this game. But Shreyas, he's not a big turner of the cricket ball any which way. He's more like Imran Tahir, who bowls a lot of googlies and flippers and top spinners. So the surface does not really matter a lot, but if it starts turning and he's quick in the air, he can be quite a handful.
Moving on now, shall we? Someone that hits a little close to home, at least for me, even though he might be suiting up for another team internationally, is Jofra Archer. Now, look at these stats. This is him up against Ambati Rayudu. 7 balls. Rayudu's not been able to get any runs off of him, and he's got his wicket twice. So, could this be another thorn in his side?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's only 7 deliveries, but still 2 wickets and no runs. So, I mean, Jofra Archer's obviously, I mean, he's the leader of that Rajasthan attack. You know, I mean, he's probably the most, to be honest, he's one of the most important players in their side, clearly. So, I think he's also his death bowling. He's pacey bowls as well through the middle overs. So he's obviously very versatile. He can bowl the new ball. I like him. It's going to be interesting to see what the English team do with him, if they can fast track him in and get him into that side.
I think they've already done it.
Yeah, pretty well.
Have they?
Pretty well.
Yeah, I guess. Because it's not 4 years anymore. I think it's 3 years now.
Yeah.
So they've got it. Unfortunately, Alexis.
Another one bites the dust.
I don't think any of the Chennai guys are... It's going to be interesting to see how they, let alone Rayudu, the whole lineup plays him.
Yeah.
Well, they'll definitely need him for sure, because they've got some big arsenal in Chennai, and it doesn't really come bigger than this man, the next one. And some would say that we have saved the best for last. MS Dhoni, the captain of this ship. We're looking at him in over 16 to 20, where we know he can turn it on. 57 balls faced, 102 runs scored, and look at that strike rate, 179. It's not quite up there with Andre Russell, but hey, we know exactly how destructive Dhoni can be. Do you pick him to star again?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, not just that he's in brilliant nick, but that 179 is not bad. And end of the day, I mean, those runs have been predominantly in winning causes. And that's much more important. And also looking at that batting lineup, they really haven't fired as such. I mean, Suresh Raina, Watson, Raidu, they've been very, very average or below average. Even Suresh Raina, I mean, generally he's a bankable batsman, but he hasn't fired. So if you look at the wins that they've got so far, is predominantly because of the bowlers and the death over batting of MS Dhoni.
Tatey, any Rajasthan bowlers you picked to figure Dhoni out?
Well, we just spoke about Jofra Archer. I think he's the man for the job. So, but we speak about nearly every segment. We speak about Dhoni. It's every day. I feel like we're coming here talking about Dhoni, but there's a reason.
Last 15 years.
There's a reason.
I was about to say, what's new?
I mean, there's a reason for it, isn't there?
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. We will leave it at that then. That's been Spotify presents the ESPN Cricinfo playlist of the day.